What's going on, guys? Derek here from Wilson Audio Labs. Today we're going to talk about the life of Price, aka JP from Down4Sound. He has a crazy Chevy Tahoe here, 100,000 watt Chevy Tahoe with 618s. Crazy sound system he's demoed quite a few times, and yes, you can do hair tricks all day long. But he also has Down4SoundShop.com, which has been an extremely popular online shop. And he recently came out with the new amplifier, the Down4Sound JP23. At the time of this video was $299. So let's take a closer look at it. Let's get one in and check it out. All right, so for the amp, I chose the free shipping, which was still priority mail. Came all the way across the country in just a few days, even during the holiday season, which was impressive. And yes, it comes with a lot of extras. You get a voltmeter, you get a lanyard, a sucker, because you're a sucker. Here's the lanyard. And you get a shirt as well. And this is not my color, but my wife will gladly wear this as a night shirt. And here's the amplifier. The box looks really nice. It's got all the specs on here, all the RMS numbers, 2,000 watts at 1 ohm, 12.4 volts, 2,300 watts, 14.4 volts. And there's also some more specs. We'll go over those later on in the video. Let's take it out of the box, see what it's all about. First thing you'll notice, it's packed really well inside the box, very tight. Pull it out, and there's a nice bass remote here, the extension cable, and it comes with all the hardware and everything you need for tightening down the Allen keys. And it even comes with a little screwdriver for adjusting your gain. Now check out this bass knob. It's got voltage, temperature, power, protect, and clip lights, as well as the standard volume and gain knob. So yeah, it's pretty well featured. And also on the back, it has a standard connection here for RJ45. You can actually use a Cat5e cable as an extension. So if you break your cable or whatever, you can get another one, which is very nice. A lot of the bass remotes you'll see have kind of unique cables on them. But here's the amp overall. What you may notice, those who are old school, this amp kind of looks like a US Amps from the late 90s, mid to late 90s. This is a US Amps BLX50 here that I'm showing, but it also kind of looks like an Alpine 3545. See how it has the fins kind of cut out. So it's kind of a hybrid between the two, but we do like the different design. Here on one end, you'll notice the Tiffany style RCAs, power, protect, and clip LEDs, gain adjustment from 0.2 volts up to 6 volts, variable subsonic 10 Hz to 50 Hz, variable bass boost 0 to 9 dB at 45 Hz, the remote for the bass connection, a low pass filter, a switch for master, output, or slave, and then also the RCA connection for that slave or master connection. And here's the look of the amp again. The exterior looks a little different than most of the cookie cutters you see out there. But yeah, I like the look of it overall. On the opposite end, it has 8 gauge, has dual speaker outputs, although it's a mono block, and also has 1 alt for power and ground. Now we're going to look at the guts later in the video, just a little teaser here. As far as the dimensions, 17.71 inches by 7.32 inches. Yeah, those are kind of weird, but it's really 450 millimeters by 186 millimeters. As far as the height, 2.29 inches or 58 millimeters. As far as the specs go, here they are. You can pause it if you like to see. We've pretty much gone over the power already, the low pass filter, all that. 200 amp fuse is what's recommended, or if you strap them, a 400 amp fuse. Now let's fire up the SMD Demore Engineering Amplifier Dyno to check out the RMS power output. But before we do that, make sure smash a thumbs up and check the link in the video description to pick up some Wilson Audio merch so you can be cool just like me. Right. Now let's try 4 ohms first. It's rated as 700 watts at 14.4. All the tests are at 40 hertz. Here we go. And as you can see, easily got that 700 watts, 816 at 14.44. So very good. Now let's reset the dyno to the uncertified mode. This will take us up to the clipping point. And even more power, 840 watts, right at 14.4, 14.38 to be exact. Now let's try out that dynamic test. Find out the dynamic capability of the power supply. There you go. 843 watts, right at 14.42. As far as the efficiency goes, we measured 80% efficient at 4 ohms. Next up, we'll try the 2 ohm run, and it's rated 1300 watts at 14.4 or 1000 watts at 12.4, but we're giving it the more juice so we can see what we get. Here we go. Oh yes, 1490, almost 1500 watts at 14.46. Good power. Resetting the dyno at lightning speed. Let's try the uncertified test, which takes us up to clipping. Should give us a little bit more than 1490 watts. That's going to be my guess, looking into my crystal ball. And it was correct. There you go. Keeps counting up. 1557, 14.34. Once again, Ninja Speed Fast. We'll reset the dyno. Try the dynamic burst. 40 hertz pulse tone into the amp. Good power again, 1583 watts at 14.5 volts. Now, as far as efficiency goes, during the certified test, we measured 77%. That's pretty good. Now we'll do the 1 ohm test, where the amp is rated 2300 watts at 14.4 volts. And those who are looking closely may notice we have the bass knob in the video this time. And also the dyno temperature is much cooler because this one's done on a different day. So here we go, 2449 watts at 14.52, rated 2300, very good. And if you want to watch real close, you can watch the clip light on the bass meter versus the clip light on the dyno. You'll find out that they're pretty much dead set on if you watch them real close. Uncertified test, 2626 at 14.25. Again, well beyond the rated power. Now we'll try the dynamic test at 1 ohm. Feeding at about 15 volts, high 14s. And it pumps out the power, as you can see. Almost 2800. We got 2769 at 14.57. Now how about that efficiency at 1 ohm certified? 71%. It's pretty good still for a Class D subwoofer amp. Not too bad. What about those results? We say rated power plus some. It did the rated power. Now we didn't show the 8 ohm test. We actually did 8 ohm test. I didn't show it in this video, but we got about 430 watts. 4 ohms 816, 2 ohms 1490, 1 ohm 2449. Next up, let's try with some subwoofers and see if it bump. Flexing with them Savard Izzles. Do it bump though? We have the Down4Sound JP23 hooked up to the 8-inch subs here, and let's try out a couple songs and see how it flexes. First up, we'll try Bass Boom Bottom by Power Supply. All right, let's try a little woofer test. JP23. Notice it is raining outside, so if you hear things in the background, we're having bad storms here today. But let's crank it up, see what it does. This bass is illegal. jamming rock steady here with the JP23. Let's check out the temp. 118 degrees. That light is very bright, as you can see. But yeah, for our Celsius fans, 49 degrees, 48 degrees Celsius, 118 Fahrenheit. And it does not sound like the fan's even on yet, so it's jamming. All right, now let's find out what's inside. It's got caps for them slaps. Take off the 8 screws on the bottom of the amp, and we can gently lay it over. It does have a connection going to the fan, which also connects to the bottom panel, so we don't want to mess that up. But as you can see here is the amp. We'll give you a nice little flyover. You can see the transformers, you can see all the caps, you can see the chokes here on this end. And overall, what we noticed is, and thanks to Sam at BearViz for pointing this out, but the Scar RP2000.1D, very similar layout. The Scar is on the top, the Down4Sound amp is on the bottom. The transformers are laid out a little bit different, and there's some different placement for the caps, but overall, it's pretty similar to the Scar RP2000 for what it's worth. Now the caps, 100 volt, 3300 microfarad. But the one thing you might notice is this one was kind of peeling off the sticker. Yeah, these are just stickers. They didn't really put the heat shrink over top of them. So you kind of have to push those down sometime. That's a little bit cheesy if you ask me. I know they're trying to make it look nice, but it's just a sticker on top of the caps. The other ones are 2200 microfarad, 25 volts. That's for your filtering. Now we'll try the thermal imaging. You can see the chokes over there on the right side are the hottest. And I think those are emitter resistors that are near the bigger caps, which are also really super hot, which right around 200 degrees Fahrenheit for those. So yeah, there you go. Looks cool overall. Now next up, we're going to talk about the pros and cons and my thoughts. Take it for what it's worth from a big dummy. First up, the rated power plus about 10 to 15%. Uses Tiffany style RCAs, which we always like. The amp is linkable or strappable. The king of the bass knobs, very cool bass knob. Heavy and thick heatsink, 105 degree caps. Half ohm stability, well, we'll find out. And it also includes lots of extras. What could be better? Well, the bass boost is fixed at 45 hertz. It would be nice to have that a variable. It's a fingerprint magnet, unfortunately. Reliability is unknown because it's a new amp. We think the price is probably going to go up. The bass knob doesn't have a turn on and turn off, which again, we're getting very nitpicky here, but hey. And as far as the brand recognition, I don't know. You know, it's not a Rockford, it's not a JL Audio, it's not a Sundown, it's a JP. So I don't know if that matters to you, but overall the amp did really well. We're really impressed with it. I really banged it and hit it hard. But thanks as always for watching. Special thanks to Stuart, Travis, Jesus, Tomcat, T-Clock, John, Byron. This is Big D. Till next time, I'm out of here. So in the listing of the amplifier, they have results here that show 0.8 down to 0.5. So I decided I'll show the 0.8 here. Let's find out if the amp does 0.8. All right, we have the Down4Sound JP23. We're going to try some 0.8 ohm runs here. And first up, we're going to do certified and set it to mono and 0.8. Let's see what we get. All right, you notice the amplifier did not count up cleanly at 0.8 in the certified mode. So let's skip over and do the uncertified mode. Again, 40 hertz track here. See how it does up to clipping. Over 3,000 watts at 0.8. What did we get before? Yeah, we got over 3,000 watts before, so that's cool. Consistent with a 3,000 watt plus at 0.8, uncertified. All right, so let's try the dynamic test. All right, dynamic pulse, 40 hertz, 0.8. Wow. 3352 at 14.7. That's good power. Would you guys like to see all the amp dyno tests in one video? Leave me a thumbs up and a comment below, and maybe I'll do it. All the tests, 8 ohms down to half an ohm. What you think?